Eternl is one of the most popular wallets at the moment, and for good reason, but honestly, it feels like it's created by developers rather than designers, so it can be a bit confusing at first glance. Don't worry, it's actually simpler than you think. This is quite a chunky video, so we have made chapters and time codes in the description so that if you want to know about a certain feature, feel free to jump to it. Before we dive in, we're not going to be covering how to set up your wallet, but don't worry, we have a whole video about this right here. And boom, we're in. Let's just work through this bit by bit. If you click on the Eternl logo, you can change which wallet you have selected, as well as adding a new wallet or restoring an old wallet. If we go down the bottom of the page, we have this little megaphone symbol. That is all the latest announcements from the Eternl developer. Going back, the little light bulb is your frequently asked questions, or FAQs, or is it FAQ? Not really sure about that one. Lastly, on the right, we have your settings. So we're not going to go too deep into the settings, but I'm going to point out a couple of good ones to look at. So first one is your global address book. And this is if you're using multiple wallets and you've got addresses that you send to all the time, you can add that in your global address book and it will appear across all your wallets. The other one to have a look at is the currency and regional options. So we are in the United Kingdom, so that's fine, but I want to change the currency conversion to GBP, as obviously this is the native country of the United Kingdom. Okay, so going back, you just need to click the Eternl symbol again, and then you can select your wallet. Our wallet is Clint's wallet. So we're back to our main page. Up the top right, you have a little light symbol, which changes it from dark mode to light mode. I'm going to stick with dark mode because it speaks to my blackened soul. And then to the right of that, that's another way of getting back to your wallets. Okay, next step down, you have this little bar here that fills up. It's telling you the epoch number, the percentage completion, and how much time it has remaining. And next to that, it also has the current price of ADA, which changes depending on what currency you picked in your settings. You might not know what an epoch is at the moment, but if not, don't worry, we're going to be covering that in a future video, and when we do, you'll find it up here. Moving down again, we have all the different main sections. So we have the main page, we have transactions, we have send, we have receive, we have the staking center, we have the staking vault, which don't worry about that, we'll come back to that. We have catalyst, and then we have settings. So let's go back to the main page. So we have a few little sub pages, starting with summary. This is just a quick overview of your wallet. So first of all, you can see our total funds, and don't worry, this isn't our main wallet, this is just a test wallet we use for making videos. So that's split down into balance and rewards, and because this wallet's quite new, we actually haven't got any rewards yet, but in a couple of epochs time we will. Next down, we have available funds. So this is how much you've got available right now, how much is locked away, and also any transactions that you may have pending as well. Next we have the staking vault, but again, don't worry about that, it's actually a dead feature, so that'll probably go away at some point. We have rewards history, so once you start earning your staking rewards, you can track it in this little bit here. We have the stake key, which you don't really have to worry about. That's not anything that you're gonna have to use to move your ADA around, it's just for your own reference. We also have withdraw rewards, so your rewards are automatically delegated when you stake, and you only need to withdraw them if you are going to move your money somewhere else. So if you want to just keep your rewards, adding up your ADA up and up and up, so you're compounding your rewards, you don't have to do anything. And then we have the current and upcoming delegations. So if you're moving your ADA to another staking pool, it will show you, if you're going to time it for the next couple of epochs. As you can see here, we're staked with Upstream. I mean, I think that's the only way to go. We might be a little bit biased about that one. But it's also giving you your estimated return on stake and all the other little details that you need. If we scroll down a little bit more, you have your rewards history. So you can see here, it goes back a few different epochs. 361 is where we registered. 362, it wasn't actually delegated yet. 363, there wasn't a block created, so not going to get any rewards there. But 364, there were 2 blocks, so we just got to wait for those rewards to come through, which can take a couple of epochs. And then you can see we're delegated for the next 2 as well. So let's scroll back up to the top and go on to the next subheading, which is token list. Basically, this is where you're going to find all your NFTs, like this snazzy little Upstream event pass here. If you came to London Cardano Social, you should have gotten one of these. So you can find all of your NFTs here, and also any tokens that are not ADA but that are built on the Cardano blockchain. So this next tab, I'm not going to go into detail on because honestly, it's an advanced feature and it's a bit over my head. So I don't want to give you a bit of wrong advice, which might actually mess up your wallet or a transaction you're making. So let's move on to the account list. This is really good. This is a great feature of Eternl. You can create up to 24 accounts within the same wallet. So you can delegate to 24 different staking pools. The thing is, the more accounts you have, the longer it will take your wallet to load. But all you got to do is go add accounts, pick the number of accounts, put in your spending password, and then you can stake to multiple pools. But I don't know why you do that because Upstream's the only one you really want to stake to, right? Okay, let's go on to the next tab, transactions. This is really straightforward. So you got a history of all your transactions. You can see we received an NFT and we also had some funds come in. So this is all the different transactions. And then you also have pending. So if you're sending between wallets or anything like that, it might appear here in the pending until the transaction's gone through. Pretty straightforward. Let's move on. So if you're sending your ADA to another address, this is where you're going to do it. So you need to go to the wallet or exchange, get your address there and copy it into the address field here. You can also use the QR code scanner. So if the other application uses a QR code, instead of copy and pasting, you can do that. You can add a transaction message. I don't know why you would, to be honest. So we'll get rid of that. And then if you wanted to transfer between your wallets on your Eternl, you can do it down the bottom here. Again, there's a transaction builder here, and this is a real advanced feature, so I have no clue how it works, but if you want to know more about it, then let me know in the comments and I'll do a little bit of research on that. On to the next tab. This is where you're going to receive your ADA. So you have your address up the top here, and the address actually, once you've used it, it will generate a new one to help with security. So you can either copy it here with these two little bars, or we can get our QR code to scan in the other app. If we scroll down, you can see all your showed and used addresses. So if you're trying to find a certain transaction might have gone missing or something like that, you can check all your wallet addresses to try and hunt that down. If we scroll back to the top, we can move in to the staking center. And this will look a little bit different if you haven't actually staked anything yet. Again, if you need to know how to do that, the video up here will help you out. But this is where you're going to stake your ADA and get your 4 to 5% APY. You can see up the top the pools that you've delegated to. Scroll down and you can see the available stake pools. I don't know how they actually order this stake pool list, whether it's done on return on investment or what. So I'm not going to say they're recommended pools or anything like that. But you can also use this box to search for your pool. There you go, Upstream right there. If you want to support the developers, they've actually got their own stake pool here. So if you really like the wallet and you want to support what they're doing, staking to their stake pool is one way of helping them. Okay, onto the staking vault. I'm just going to briefly touch on this. This is an old feature they tried out and now they've retired it. So this might not even be there in future releases, so you can just ignore this. Onto the next tab, which is Catalyst. So Catalyst is a voting system to support projects based around the Cardano community. These could be tools, websites, events, dApps, and many other cool things. Catalyst have a set of funds to give out, and the projects are picked based on your votes. So we're going to have a more in-depth look at the Catalyst in a future video, as it is so awesome. You need at least 500 ADA to be able to vote, so this wallet is out of the game with its 10 ADA. If you do have the required ADA, then you can use this page here on Idea Scale, and it's going to tell you about all the different projects, and you can vote for them here as well. And now we arrive at the last page, the settings. Honestly, you can ignore most of these as they're more for advanced users, and as we've learned, that's definitely not me. But a few to take a goosey gander at are name and password. I mean, really, do I need to finish that sentence? Okay, you can change your wallet name and you can also change your spending password. So we're just going to close that one down. You can also set up a wallet access password. So if you want to access the wallet on your phone, you need to put a password in. So probably something that you should do. Next, you can upload your own wallet icon, which the wallet icon you can see in the top left next to your wallet name. So I'm going to select a new one. I'm going to have this lovely salmon here. I'm going to save that so you can see the pictures changed at the top. So I'm just going to close that down, and then next we have wallet background, and this is where you can change your wallet background to basically an NFT in your wallet. So you can do it through knowing the policy ID and the asset name. That's a really horrible way of doing it. You can do like a random mesmerizer, which is quite cool. Yeah, I like that. You can change the opacity of it here as well. But if you want to use the NFT in your wallet, the easiest way to do it, come on, is to actually go to your NFTs, select the NFT, and then go use as wallet background. Boom, done. And then you can see that quite dark in the background. Let's have a little play around with the opacity. Yeah. We have a wallet address book, which is similar to the global address book, but it's just for this wallet. The next one we will have a look at is auto withdrawal. So basically, if you're trying to make a transaction and it needs to include the rewards that you've made, it'll automatically withdraw the rewards for you when making that transaction. And we have enable send all. So this will add a button when you're doing a transaction to just, rather than typing in all the numbers for the amount of ADA you got, you can just have send all. I'm going to leave this switched off, so don't want to accidentally send all my ADA to someone. Lastly, you got your recovery phrase verification. So if you want to make sure that you've written it down correctly, you can do it like this rather than getting locked out of your wallet. And that's it. Eternl Wallet in a nutshell. We did gloss over some of the advanced features, so if you'd like to know a bit more about these, then let me know in the comments and I'll get my researcher hat on. It's a very fancy hat, but I'll save that for next time. If you want to keep up to date with more wallet guides, Cardano news, how-to guides and more, then make sure you lightly tickle that subscribe button. And of course, if you're looking for a pool to delegate your ADA to, I suggest Upstream. See ya.